a truncated week at that. Looks like it's going to be a solid opening given the kind of move that we saw last week where the Nifty managed to gain and claw back above that 17,400 mark. Looks like there's some follow-on buying this morning as well. There you have it, 55 points in the green for the Nifty. The Sensex up 165 odd points, led largely by auto stocks. Interesting there. Eicher Motors, MotoCorp, Maruti Suzuki are your top Nifty gainers right now. Post the numbers that came through. As we were telling you, both for Hero and Maruti, there's a good recovery this time around that we've seen. Eicher as well, both, Royal Enfield as well as Volvo Eicher commercial vehicle sales were not bad. So looking pretty good there. Apart from that, you have Bajaj Finserv, Wipro, Power Grid, Bharti Airtel, Reliance Industries that's up. I was mentioning how rising crude is positive for ONGC. So both ONGC and Oil India are in the green right now. ONGC is in fact your top Nifty gainer, up 2.5%. So it's a motley bunch of stocks based on news flow. Rising crude resulting in ONGC, Oil India in the green. Good auto sales, Eicher Motors, Maruti, Hero, MotoCorp doing well. Ultratech Cement, Nigel was telling us about that earlier, so that's in the green as well. And on the downside, you have Asian Paints and BPCL. So, of course, expectedly, Asian Paints could be under pressure because of rising crude prices. Adani Group stocks, again, taking it on the chin. Adani Enterprises down about 1%. Tech Mahindra, ITC, Cipla, Infosys. Interesting, IT stocks going into their earnings a tad bit soft. Maybe there's an expectation, there is in fact an expectation of weakness in earnings. Very slow, barely 1% constant currency revenue growth is what Jefferies is estimating for its coverage universe in IT. And Infosys is down about 0.2%. It could be giving an FY24 outlook as well. So keep an eye out on that. But otherwise, the start was good. But now the market is sort of cooling its heels a bit.
Well, that's right, Sonia. But a couple of stocks are doing very, very well. SML Isuzu, a smaller company, they came out with their quarterly update and it looked quite good. So the total sales were up by close to around 60%. The cargo volumes continue to struggle, but the passenger vehicles more than made up for it. So that stock is up close to around 8.5%. Remember, they took a price increase as well in the past week. VST Tillers, the tiller segment suddenly looks good. The tractor segment still is not firing. But the tiller segment, we'll need to find out whether or not there was a one-time impact that came out there because it clocked more than 5,000 units in a single month itself. So VST Tillers is the other one that's up and about. A couple of other notable names, CSB Bank. Well, the operational update that came out there looked very, very good. Good growth is what we're seeing in terms of the dispatches. The CASA as well was maintained out there. Abhishek told us those numbers were good. The stock opens up with a gain of around 3%. Karnataka Bank, well, surprisingly, the loan book shrunk on a quarter-on-quarter basis. So that's, I think, doing a relative underperformance, though it was more or less flattish. No, now, in fact, it's down close to around 4.5%. So clearly, the street hasn't taken that lightly. When you're seeing credit growth and when you're reporting a degrowth on a sequential basis, we'll require more clarity on that front. PNC Infra, well, they won a whole host of orders from the NHAI, and that's why that stock is up close to around 2.5% the last time I checked. 3 projects, it's up nearly around 3% as we speak. And keep an eye out on a couple of these defense names, BEL, HAL, GRSC, as well as BHAL, all of them clocking in some order wins. Some of them have already seen a big run, so keep an eye out on them. But a decent opening, 30 points up and down, well, you'll take it, right?
It's quiet, right, Nigel, but it's up 30 as well on the Nifty. Another space is the city gas distribution companies, right? Because there was widespread expectation that those Kirit Parikh committee panel recommendations would be approved. Friday was the